Welcome to Storyflix. In this video, we will explain Ano ko no Toriko. This movie centers the three childhood friends in a love triangle. When a boy is in love with his crush, an aspiring actress, he is forced to enter the limelight for her success. Will their love meet in the end? Let's find out in Ano ko no Toriko.
あの子の虜
Ano ko no Toriko begins by showing a bespectacled young man named Yori Suzuki who fell asleep while on his way to school by taking a city bus. Due to the situation on the bus being crowded with passengers, Yori had difficulty getting off the bus, so the stop was missed and he had to get off at the next bus stop. After getting off the bus, he rushed to his school to not be late. Arriving at school, Yori notices the other students talking about a handsome actor and a beautiful model who are on the rise and are loved by many people. Yori then headed to the school's administrative office, where he was about to take care of his transfer from the school. However, when he stated his purpose in coming to the school administration office, a female officer seemed to have difficulty understanding Yori's words because he looked very awkward and shy, so his voice could not be heard clearly. Yori turns out to be planning to transfer schools to a well-known high school in Tokyo. Long story short, after taking care of his transfer, Yori finally arrived at his new school, where he ran into a girl who was none other than a beautiful model who was often talked about by his friends at school. That beautiful model is Shizuku Tachibana, Yori's childhood friend, and also his crush. Yori transferred to the school because he wanted to meet Shizuku and make friends with the beautiful girl again. Yori was so shocked when he met Shizuku again that he dropped the document he was carrying. Shizuku then helped Yori pick up the files with a happy smile and said to him that she was very happy to be reunited with Yori after more than 8 years of separation because Yori had to move to follow his father who was transferred to another city. Shizuku then gave her phone number to Yori and asked him to call her. 8 years ago, Yori and Shizuku, along with one of their best friends named Subaru, auditioned for a school play. At the audition, Shizuku and Subaru revealed that they aspire to become famous movie stars. In contrast, Yori aspires that someday he will be able to overcome his clumsiness and speak loudly and confidently when speaking in public. Yori was pessimistic because he had to compete with Subaru, who was more courageous and confident. However, Shizuku always encourages Yori to never give up and be optimistic about achieving his goals. Since then, Yori was determined to always support and help Shizuku achieve her dream of becoming a leading movie star. One day, while the three were playing together, Shizuku suddenly fell from a height. Yori immediately ran towards Shizuku and tried to catch her. Yori managed to save Shizuku, but in the end, he was injured because he fell down while saving Shizuku. Back in the present, the students at the school really love Subaru, who is now a famous actor. When Subaru arrived at school, the students greeted him with great enthusiasm. Shizuku was no exception. A few days later, Yori suddenly gets a call from a man named Akui, who turns out to be Shizuku's manager. Akui then asked Yori to come to his office. Arriving at Akui's office, Yori was told that he had been appointed as Shizuku's assistant at Shizuku's own request. Hearing this, Yori seemed surprised that Shizuku suddenly appointed him as an assistant. However, Yori doesn't deny that he actually feels happy because by becoming Shizuku's assistant, he has the opportunity to spend more time with Shizuku. When visiting the address for Shizuku's shooting location given by Akui, Yori accidentally collides with a man named Kondo who works as a film director. Seeing Yori, who was very clumsy, Kondo wondered what a young man like him was doing in that place. Not long after that, Yori finally met Shizuku, who asked him to buy lipstick at the nearest supermarket. The scene then switches to the past, where Yori first finds out that Shizuku has become a famous model when he accidentally sees her photo in a magazine. From then on, Yori decided to transfer to Shizuku's school and help her realize her dream. Turning to the present, Yori seems to be busy being Shizuku's assistant because he has to manage Shizuku's schedule and prepare things quickly. Shizuku has to go through several advertising photo shoots with very tight times. Even though she was only an advertising model, Shizuku tried to do it with all her heart because she was always optimistic that she could fulfill her dream of becoming a famous actress one day. One day, Shizuku had to do a photo shoot for an underwear commercial. Feeling insecure about doing an underwear photo shoot, Shizuku then locked herself in the changing room. because she never showed up for a photo shoot. A director of the company that owns the underwear brand seemed annoyed and desired to cancel the work contract with the agency that oversees Shizuku. On the other hand, Yori tried to encourage Shizuku to make her feel more confident. However, when Shizuku finally gained her confidence and was about to do a photo shoot, the crew and company directors, who were already disappointed in Shizuku, cancelled the photo shoot and fired her. Hearing this, Yori tried to defend his best friend by saying that the contract Shizuku signed did not mention any dismissal, so Shizuku, who came late, could not be fired. Yori said this clearly and loudly, where he could finally speak loudly in front of many people for the first time.
待ってください。これは契約違反ですよ。
On the other hand, Kondo turned out to be quite interested in Yori since their first meeting, where he then asked Yori to be the model that accompanied Shizuku in the photo shoot. Kondo said that Yori could get a chance as a famous actor if he was willing to do the photo shoot. Even though Yori had refused, he then complied with Kondo's request. Unexpectedly, everyone, including Shizuku, seemed surprised to see Yori, who took off his glasses because he looked so handsome and cool. The photo shoot went well, and the results were quite satisfying because the underwear products they advertised became very popular in the market. Yori immediately became the idol of women because of his handsome face plastered in every center of the crowd and gained popularity as the mysterious boy. Not only that, because the ad became viral and famous, Shizuku also received an offer to act in stage performance as the female lead together with Subaru, which of course Shizuku didn't waste the opportunity. One day, Shizuku memorizes the dialogue in her drama script accompanied by Yori. She also asked Yori to memorize the lead male actors' dialogues to help her memorize dialogues and build chemistry more easily. On the other hand, Subaru was seen walking towards them accompanied by his fans. Even though Shizuku attended school with Subaru for the past 8 years, they rarely interacted due to their busy schedules. Moreover, Subaru also has a hectic schedule as a famous actor. Subaru, who saw Shizuku, then approached and greeted her. But Subaru didn't seem to mind Yori's presence there, even though they had been close friends 8 years ago. Shizuku suddenly came up to Subaru and hugged him the next day. She apparently got the news that she had the opportunity to audition to act in a feature film after the stage performance of Romeo and Juliet, which she co-starred with Subaru. Shizuku then trains harder to prepare for her stage performance to appear perfect and have the opportunity to act in big screen films. A few days later, while they were training, they received news that Subaru had an accident and had to undergo intensive care for an entire month. Kondo and the crew decided to postpone staging the drama. Not wanting her chance to become an actress to just disappear, Shizuku then asked Kondo to find another actor to replace Subaru. Yori then ventured to replace Subaru and said that he had memorized all the dialogues of the character played by Subaru. The crew then refused and underestimated Yori because he was not an actor and only an assistant. But Kondo didn't think so. Kondo apparently saw Yori's hidden talent and appointed him as Subaru's replacement. Yori was then asked to act in front of Kondo and the crew, where they were all amazed that Yori could act very well and naturally, even better than Subaru. When reenacting the hugging scene, Yori didn't waste the opportunity to express his feelings to Shizuku, so he was carried away and reluctant to let go of his embrace. Kondo even had to step in to remind Yori to let go of Shizuku's arms. One day, during a practice session before the performance, Shizuku suddenly fell from a height and Yori rushed to run and catch her. The incident was exactly the same as 8 years ago, where at that time Yori also managed to catch Shizuku so it wouldn't fall to the ground. But this time, Yori ignored his footing, so he sprained his leg. Shizuku then apologized to Yori, but he didn't mind it. Not long after that, Subaru suddenly appeared for training. Apparently he recovered faster to return to the drama as scheduled. After encouraging Shizuku to act well, Yori hurriedly left the place in pain because of his sprained leg. Everyone was amazed by Shizuku's and Subaru's acting during the drama staging. Both of them also received very good appreciation from the audience for their acting quality. Yori, who watched the play from backstage, also seemed happy because he finally got to see Shizuku act and got the chance to become a famous actress like she had always dreamed of. However, Yori's happiness suddenly disappeared when he overheard Subaru and Shizuku's conversation, where Subaru was expressing his feelings for Shizuku. Knowing that now his hope of getting Shizuku's love has disappeared, Yori feels heartbroken and leaves from there. A few days later, Yori received a call from Kondo, who offered to act in a feature film as a lead actor and partnered with a famous actress named Hana Yamada. Yori then told Shizuku that he would refuse Kondo's offer and would remain Shizuku's assistant. Hearing this, Shizuku looked furious and said she would kill Yori if he refused the golden opportunity offered to him. After receiving support and a little coercion from Shizuku, Yori accepted Kondo's offer. Even though Yori is a novice actor, his acting quality can match Hana, who is more experienced than him. One day, Yori sees Shizuku and Subaru making out and feels very jealous, even though he can't do anything, because the two of them are lovers. On the other hand, when Shizuku watched the editing process of a film starring Yori and Hana, where Yori had an intimate scene with Hana, Shizuku immediately felt very jealous, even to the point of crying. Shizuku then saw Subaru and Yori walking towards somewhere and secretly followed them. Shizuku eavesdrops on Subaru and Yori's conversation, making a deal regarding Shizuku, where Shizuku finally finds out that Yori has been harboring love for her all this time. 3 months later, as agreed, whoever wins the Best New Actor award gets Shizuku and gets out of her life, and Subaru becomes the winner. Therefore, Yori decided to move to the United States. Shortly afterward, as Yori was about to head to the airport, he saw a billboard displaying Shizuku. In that instant, he recalled the moment of his togetherness with Shizuku and decided to fight for his love. On the other hand, Shizuku revealed to Subaru that she had never loved him and wanted to end their relationship. Even Subaru couldn't say anything and could only let Shizuku go. Not long after, Yori finally arrived at Shizuku and Subaru's filming location. He then asked Kondo's permission to say something to Shizuku. After finally reuniting with Shizuku, Yori immediately expressed his love for her and proposed to Shizuku. With tears in her eyes, Shizuku told Yori to immediately go to the United States and propose to her again when he became a famous actor. Hearing this, Yori became even more excited and decided to go to the United States and audition for films there. The film ends by showing Yori, who is auditioned in front of the film crew, who seems satisfied with his appearance. Through this film, we are shown that the first capital we must have is a beautiful face to become a famous movie star. However, hard work to make dreams come true will, of course, also be a determining factor for our success in the future, regardless of what profession we choose later.